I'm back again. We've got to stop meeting like this. But I was thinking earlier today, I was doing a blog on Blogger. You can find me on RWA Author on that page on Blogger. And I was thinking about something that I've been seeing a lot of on the internet lately. About people having the nerve to tell, especially self-published authors or musicians, to stop promoting themselves, to hire professionals to do this. And I wanted to speak about that a little bit, because that could not be further from the truth. And take it from someone who's really been going through this and who's been through this before with another publisher. This is not something that's new for me. I've been published since 2010. All right, I have 2 new books that just came out this past June, but I've been published since 2010, and I was royally screwed my first time around. We'll get to that later on. First, I do want to just cover a couple of things real quick. I want to remind everyone about the website, Fantastic Dreams Books. Pardon the crudeness of this, please. I have more signs on order. There we go. www.fantasticdreamsbooks.com. You can do a check or money order made out to Russell Andresen, author, P.O. Box 73650, Noonan, Georgia 30271. I also just recently added a PayPal for your convenience. Also, I want to remind all of you that I am fully endorsing the Pacer Center and their anti-bullying campaign. And October 21st is going to be National Bullying Day. And on that day, we are all encouraged to wear orange in support of childhood bullying. Now, like I said in past videos, I was a childhood bully. And I was also one of those people who said about kids nowadays that they've become soft and that they should just scroll past it or block people. But it's not that simple. And this is something that really needs to be made. Enough is enough. Children need to enjoy their childhood. I had a wonderful childhood. I can't say the same thing for kids around me. But I had a wonderful childhood, and every child deserves to have a wonderful childhood, because you only have it once, and it's such a small portion of your life. Anyway, let's get to what we want to talk about tonight. We want to talk about self-promotion. I have become a shameless self-promoter. First book, like I said, 2010. Are You Kosher? Memoirs of a Jewish Vampire. This is a full frontal assault on political correctness, as seen through the eyes of a 6,000-year-old Jewish vampire. This is not for the faint of heart. This is irreverent. It is dangerously toying with the lines of etiquette and racism, and some cases blasphemy. But it is all meant in satire and in humor, and it is meant to get you to stop taking yourself so seriously. So this is my first book. This is my baby. And there's going to be very big news about this book coming very soon. Very soon. I have another book here, which a lot of you have seen. A Crude World. My nonfiction tell-all book about the New York Mercantile Exchange. This has caused me a great deal of grief from the members and former employees and former colleagues and people who I thought were friends from the exchange, the New York Mercantile Exchange, where they trade crude oil and natural gas, who I really am surprised have come after me the way they have. I had a couple of wonderful text messages last night from people who actually I didn't even really have a friendly relationship with, just passing, who said they read the book and they said there's nothing in the book that's not true. But now, this is where we're going to get interesting. Because I have often said that when you're writing a book, you want to make sure that you allow the book to write itself. Do not interfere with that. Let the book evolve. The Queen and I was one of those books. The Queen and I was meant to be a slap your knee every page laugh riot. It quickly evolved into a very dark comedy with some very funny moments, but some very downright creepy moments. But it felt right when I was writing it. When I was writing it, I also had a certain demographic in mind. That demographic being basically middle-aged Jewish people and lovers of the theater. That's who I figured would be my demographic. You know, what I found was that my demographic shifted to the LGBT community and the drag queen community. And I'll be the first to tell you that I'm not gay. I'm not a drag queen. My lifestyle does not coincide with their lifestyle. But I do not condemn anyone for their personal beliefs. In the past, I may have. But I've grown. And I'm man enough to admit that I've grown. I'm also man enough to admit that I have had no bigger supporters out there than those of the LGBT community when it comes to retweeting my posts and helping me get word out on my books. And that's what I'm talking about. Your audience is going to evolve. It's like, for you cat lovers out there, you'll appreciate this. You can go to a rescue. You can go to a shelter. You can go to a PetSmart or a Petco or wherever, and you can adopt a cat. And you can say, I have taken this cat home. This cat is my cat. And then as soon as you get the cat home, you notice that the cat is on your spouse's lap all the time, or it's with your child all the time. You chose the cat, but ultimately the cat chooses you. And it's the same with your audience. You may think that you've chosen your demographic. You may think and believe that you've chosen your audience, but your audience chooses you. I am proud to say that I have the support of drag queens and the LGBT community. I am proud of the fact that they think enough of this book. I don't know how many of them have actually even read it. I am proud of the fact that they have accepted this book. I have gay characters in every single work of fiction I have ever written. I love each and every one of those characters as if they were my own flesh and blood. They are my children. They are my creations. They make me laugh. I smile every time I think about them. It's hard for me to contain my smile right now. In Are You Kosher, you're introduced to Brian and Jason Kletter, who are a gay couple. In The Queen and I, we have the ghost of a 1920s vaudevillian drag queen named Saul Millick. We also have two drag queens, one named Andresen and Yvonne Dubois, who are friends of our hero in the book. And when I think about them, I think about them fondly. And when it comes to promoting, that's what you have to understand. Your personal beliefs mean absolutely nothing. If someone tells you, stop promoting yourself so much, stop being so aggressive, stop with the videos, stop with the blogging, you know what? Tell them what they can do with themselves. Tell them gay transicht. Okay? It's a Yiddish term. Gay transicht. I think you'll be able to figure out what it means. I'm not going to use that kind of language, but gay transicht. That's what you say to them. Because it's none of their business. Because you're going to spend more time promoting yourself, blogging, video recording, thinking of new ways that you can reach new readers than you will writing your next book. And that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with very quickly. But you're also going to have to take solace in the fact that you're not alone in this. Because for every sleepless night you have worrying about whether or not someone's buying your book, or what your next royalty report's going to look like, or am I getting good reviews, there are thousands of others out there just like you, just like me. We're all in this together. We're a dysfunctional, deranged family. And we are all we have. That and our creations. So I've taken up enough of your time this evening. I just wanted to express that. The next video will probably be another book review. I haven't decided which one yet. But until next time, happy writing, good evening, good night, and good luck.